What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So yesterday I just recently bought this nitrous oxide kit. I don't know what exactly I'm using it for. I'm either want to do it for this one thing I want to do or either my car, but I'm just gonna show you guys everything that's in the kit. So I got the brand NOS. This is a what do you call it, a wet nitrous kit. So it says for 4 to 6 cylinders, but you can most likely use it on V8s and all that stuff. You can use it pretty much on any car. It's an instructions manual. I don't know how many shots it is, but I think it's we got 350, 500, 50, 75 horsepower gains. Now I don't know if that's the max. I'm gonna assume so, because I think that is the max injector they have. Well, jet, not injector. If any of you guys want to know this has hooked up, I'll even show you over there after I show you the parts. But here's like the hookup of it. This is like the lines and stuff. This is how you put the nozzle into the intake. If you don't have a plate. This is if you need to tap in a what do you call it? Tap in a screw into the fuel rail. So if you don't have an adapter for the fuel rail or the fuel line, or if you just don't need something to hook into the fuel line, because since it's a wet kit, you need to have gas go into that little nozzle. This little nozzle right here to mix with nitrous. There's your wire diagram right here. This is the basic wiring setup you have. Then you have a switch that goes to the micro switch. This switch arms basically the whole system here. It lets power go to the switch so that when you hit it, it turns everything on here and activates nitrous. There's like a jetting map, so like it tells you what fuel jet to use at what PSI of fuel. I thought I just gave you like the basics of that. There's not really too much in there. What the NOS kit over there comes with, this nice braided line. This one goes from the bottle to the solenoid. Yeah, this goes to the bottle to the solenoid, which I'll show you. This line here goes from the solenoid to the actual nozzle. Then you got this line here, which is just your another gas line. And this is your other gas line. I'm gonna assume that this one goes from your fuel rail or wherever you're using to your to the what do you call it thing? To the solenoid. This one goes from the solenoid to the nozzle. All right, so and then for the cool part, this is the bottle that comes with it. It's a big old bottle. So here, put a can of soda up to it. That's how much bigger it is compared to a can of soda. It's a 10-pound bottle. So you got this adapter right here. This adapter is inside the kit. It comes in all these little pieces here. They come in this thing here. You just gotta cut them out. It's like shrink wrapped, so airtight. But say this comes in that package. This is just basically this is what allows you to hook up the line right there, or that line right there, to this, and then this line goes from this line, and then which then goes to this little solenoid here, which all this is like a little valve in here. Then when you give it power, it opens up and allows nitrous to flow from here to here. So that goes from here, goes to here, which then will go to this line here. And then we're gonna skip over here. This line right here will go from the fuel rail, which will then go to this solenoid right here. It'll go from this solenoid, so it'll come in here, and then it'll come out this side here, which then this line here will come out, and this will connect to this nozzle right here. This one, so you have the fuel here, and then you have the nitrous here. So basically it goes like this, which will then go inside this thing here in your intake. So it goes into there, and then you have to have this thing here pointed towards the throttle body of then, and they say it needs to be like 12 inches, which is like 1 foot away from the throttle body, or before any curve, I should say. And these here are your little jets. These are numbered from, I think, either 18 to maybe 36. It might be a little lower, maybe 16 or 14, but I think it's from 18 to 36, I believe. And I skip a few numbers in between. They'll give you a whole bunch, but apparently with the number 36, so 36 here, and the 24 ejector here, so you need 24 in the fuel. So this one will go in this spot, and then 36 nitrous jetting will go into here. And then you just clamp these. There's and then you clamp this on this side here onto here, and this side here onto here. And then, like I said, you activate the system, turns, let the nitrous pass through, let the gas pass through, and it pushes through here. It'll pass through here, and then spray out and go into the intake. So that's basically, this is our basic, just all the mechanical wear, all the, you know, not electrical stuff here besides the solenoids. Then over here they give you a nice relay, which the relay, the way it works is that there's a little magnet inside here, and there's these two latches right here. When the magnet turns on, it'll pull over to 87A. In an off position, it'll be at 87. So basically, when you flip the switch, when you flip this switch here, when you turn it on, it'll activate this. It'll activate this switch here. So this switch will give this switch power, but no power will be going through it because it's a switch and it'll be off. I'm in the off position right now. But as soon as you hit this button here, it will turn on these solenoids, which will then let the nitrous and the gas flow through the lines here, go to the nozzle here, push through, and it'll spray and allow it to spray. So, but behind the whole scenes is when you press this switch, activate this, and after you press this switch here will activate this relay here, which will then flip this little line here to 87A or 87. It might be either one. I don't know which one it is. Which will then switch it to 87A, which on that lead will be connected to these two solenoids, so that when it switches over, it'll allow power to go to the solenoids, turning them on, allowing the nitrous in the fuel to go through here, which will then spray into your intake of your car. And then other than that, all the hardware they give you in the kit is just some brackets for the solenoids. They got your switch here, so you bolt this up to your throttle, so underneath or just somewhere. But the design of this is to hook up to underneath your throttle, so when you will full throttle only, this will hook up like this somehow. I don't know how exactly it hooks up to, just like that. You hook up like that, you hook it up onto your throttle somehow, and make it so that only when you go full throttle, this will get clicked. So that's the basic system of the micro switch, because you only want to use the nitrous only above 3,000 RPMs. Because if not, then you can have nitrous backfire, which will blow your intake off. It can. It's not that hard to. But the rest of the kit is just these little adapters here. You got this for, I believe it's gonna be for the what do you call it? I think this one is for. Let's see. Now this is gonna be for your switches. This is gonna be your switch fuse, so that you don't blow your switches out or overamp your switches and burn them out quicker than they have to. And then over here you have your own fuse for the nitrous solenoids. So have that. They also give you this little tap so that when you make your if you're going to be doing your tapping into your fuel rail, they give you this so you can drill a hole, put this into your fuel rail. Of course, remove the fuel rail first, because there's any metal particles that get into your fuel. You don't want that going through your injectors or anything. But you have this, and then you twist this into there. It creates threads inside the metal, and then you'll be able to thread this into it, or this, or something on one of the other pieces. I believe it's this piece though. You'll be able to thread this into the fuel rail, so it'll be like this, and then you'll be able to hook up this gas line here. So this would be like, this is the main gas line that goes from the rail or your adapter or whatever you have, and basically it hooks up just like that. And then this will go over to your solenoid over here. And that's pretty much the whole breakdown, the whole kit. It's really not that complicated of a kit, and you can really do this to any car. And to be honest, nitrous is one of the safest things to do to a car. It's dangerous because like there's always a risk. Turbo in car has your risk of blowing over pressurizing the cylinders and blowing your gaskets, pistons, and all that stuff. But don't carefully, start like paying attention to how your car reacts. If you have a newer car, like the 2050 Mustangs, like the one I have, it has an air-fuel ratio, and so I can tell you if you're running lean or too rich, when you're making power, you want to be around maybe like a 13 to 12. I think with nitrous, you want to be with 13 to 12. A little rich, not too rich, but just a little rich to where it's giving that little extra power. But other than that, you want to be at 14.7 or 14, something like that ratio of air. If you're using air filter, if you're using Lambda, you're always at 1. So you're at 1, and if you want to be a little rich, I believe it's like 0.8, 0.9 between there. That's a good richness for Lambda. But what I'm thinking about doing for this, I'm probably going to be installing this into either my car, or like I said before, I might need to do it. I might have buy another car, and I'm going to do it to that car. So I'm not sure what exactly I'm doing yet, or exactly I have a whole idea for, but stay tuned for that. So look forward to, stay tuned for that. So there might be a surprise coming, so look forward to it. But other than that, guys, that'll pretty much be it. And you got your bottle, you got your whole nitrous line up here, and yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave a like down below, comment down below, and please subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next one.